Groupies, tradesmen, do-it-yourselfers. Today I'm going to take you with me on a day in the trades and we're going to discuss what I've been up to. So let's get to it. The very first thing I was up to is the fact that I had an SK tool give out on me. Thankfully, I was able to get a replacement part and rebuild my SK ratchet. I love SK tools. I've always enjoyed using SK tools. I like Proto tools, but SK, even more so than Snap-on, is one of my favorites. Fortunately, they've been sold off to Great Star now, and we still don't know what's going to happen with the company later on in the future. I'm thankful to have the SK tools ratchet that I still got. This is something that was grandfathered down. I'm definitely going to be putting it in the toolbox, and it's going to see some limited work from this point forward. But since I did get it fixed up, I went ahead and installed a brand new battery in the neighbor's truck, so we got that out of the way. Also broke out my gear wrench ratchets because I went down to a local business, replaced some gaskets on an air compressor that they had. Utilizing my Michael Pro at a local dry cleaning facility because I was trying to fix one of their hand irons. Decided to take a weekend road trip down through Georgia for a little bit. While I was strolling through there, I did see this nice decal on the back of this vehicle. If you're the guy driving this vehicle, thumbs up to you. I stopped by on a job because somebody had a box truck with a roll-up door. They had to have some brand new Todco hardware to put inside the roll-up door. I helped with that installation. Swung by another business, installed some breakers in this old-ass breaker box, placed a fuse on a motherboard, diagnosed and rewired and installed a brand new contactor on this machine. Of course, I used the Michael Pro ratcheting 18-in-1 screwdriver. You ought to check that out if you ain't got one yet. It's something I highly recommend. Also had to install a transformer on another piece of equipment. Took my Michael Pro ratchets with me to rebuild a steam trap. That thing was leaking like a sieve, so I pulled that off there. My brand new Icon scraper, and I scraped off the old gasket, put on a new one, reassembled and rebuilt the steam trap. Proceeded to climb up on a roof and check out the roof for a leak. They had some issues going on up there. Found the leak, got that fixed. Then I used my Knipex plier wrench and I took apart a ton of old parts. I'm talking about these hydraulic cylinders, air cylinders, just all sorts of stuff they had laying around. Basically, I stripped them down to use them for parts, and then I stripped down a whole bunch of different unions, gates, valves, things like that. The brass off to the scrapyard and earn myself some extra cash. I tell you enough about the plier wrench from Knipex. If you don't got one, they are well worth the investment. I know they might be pricey to some people out here, but I tell you what, they're some of the best pliers in the world, hands down, or none. I don't go anywhere without them. They are damn sure a professional grade tool. A while back, I did some drop ceiling installation. I pulled out all the old drop ceiling, put in all brand new ceiling tiles, so the place looks good now. Essentially, this same company that had me do the drop ceiling had the water leak on the roof, decided they liked my work and they wanted me to remodel their office bathroom. This thing hadn't been remodeled since probably the 1940s, so I went there, stripped everything down, had a brick wall on the back. I stripped everything down to the bare bones. I put up a nice piece of paneling, hand stained all that, sanded it down, put in new light fixtures, ceiling tiles, fan mounted on the wall, brand new pedestal style sink, faucet, and a commode. It was nice, simple, to the point, easy flip, and I moved on to the next one. There was a 1997 Mercury Cougar. I actually come out of Irving, Texas. I pulled the 4.6 liter V8 and transmission out of it. Of course, you're going to have to cut off the catalytic converters, make some money on those, and sell the rest of the body for scrap. And nothing like a good 4.6 liter V8 with original miles on it of 130,000. A good profit off of that all the way around. I received this service call from a lady. She called me up and said that her kitchen sink was leaking. She didn't know where it was coming from, didn't know how to fix it. Of course, I show up, I investigate the problem, and I discover an older model leaking faucet, so it's not like we can just rebuild this thing. Delta's actually a pretty good company if you want to rebuild a faucet, but in this case, I felt it was time to upgrade this thing. Of course, while I was there, I got everything upgraded. I tested out some new tools and all that sort of stuff. Also had a problem with her vanity sink in her bathroom, so I went in there and checked that out as well, and it ended up being a clogged line, so I pulled out my snake, I run it down the line, cleared everything up for her, put her on a brand new P-trap and all that sort of stuff. By the time I'd done all this, I was able to experiment with a brand new tool from Superior Tool, made right here in the USA. It's basically a basin wrench on a socket. I was able to record some of the original content on that service call, and that's what we're going to play now. But this girl has traveled the world. But we got some valves we can play with. Go ahead. These things broke loose. Get all of our old hoses and stuff up here. The wrench is doing good though. And as you can see, it helps with long grease. Now we just gotta get the top of the hoses took off here on each one, and we will be in business. Alright, today we got a brand new tool we're going to be playing with by Superior Tool, made right here in the USA. It is called a Basin Buddy, got a US patent number, and it should give you all the basic designs that you need to be able to take apart these sinks right here. Now the way it works, it does come with a 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter, so you can easily stick this on a 3/8 drive ratchet with an extension, but it takes a 1/4 inch anvil. So if you got a 1/4 inch, you could always stick an extension straight on there and see if it works good for you. In this situation, as you can see, I'm adapting it to a 1/4 inch impact extension, stick it in this way so I can attach it to my screwdriver. As you can see here, I've got it all attached together and hooked up to my Michael Pro ratcheting screwdriver, so let's see how well it works. And as you can see here, I got it attached to my Michael Pro. And boy, this thing's doing a spectacular job in a really, really tight confined space. It slips off, I just gotta stick it back on there, realign it, and keep going. Now she got a brand new sink. So today, while we're doing a variety of different trades work, I figured I would touch on these two things. Basically an auger. That one's a Cobra. I broke one of those and get the replaceable tips on them. You know, I had to put a regular fastener in it for now. One of them come apart, went down the drain. That's how it works sometimes. Perfectly good machine to have in your arsenal if you need one. But this one works a wee bit better, okay? And this one, General Pipe Cleaning Super V. Right there you go. This thing's got some miles on it. And the good thing about it is if your big old spring breaks, you can replace them. You take it out of your drum, you put a new one back in, and you go on about your business. We're getting ready to put that thing to use. I ought to go ahead and tell you the best type of tool that you can have is going to be by Rigid. They got the big auger that you can take with you, and that is for serious heavy duty work, but these two tools right here do the job perfectly fine if you know how to use them. So right after I got this one job done for this one lady, not 20 minutes later I had another call from another drain down below this lady that I went right back and unclogged, but this time it was her kitchen sink. Did the auger do its job? Did the Doyle do its job? Yep. As you might imagine, I do a variety of different things, and I got a call. This lady said, hey, I'd like to have some backsplash on my wall behind my sink in the kitchen. And I was like, no problem. I showed up, arrived, and right there's the result that I gave her. Anybody goes out here and does that tradesman hustles because you're wanting to make that money. You want to go out here and provide a better quality life for your family. That's why you got to blow off some steam sometimes and actually buy stuff to reward yourself, reward your family, and remind yourself why it is that you do what you do every day. This is basically what I was doing. Needless to say, me and number 3 here, taking our second, third trip to the car. We're going to have to rent a U-Haul when we get done to take all this stuff back home. We're at Huntington Mall doing some shopping. And I got a few things myself. I checked out Bear Arms Trading Company. Should definitely do that. But we dumping this stuff back off. We going back in. We spending some more money. You see, this is the point. Instead of buying high quality tools all the time, you know, you gotta make the quality of life better. Buy things, do things, enjoy things. And now we're out shopping. We got some Old Navy, children's play, more stuff. And bracelets. We got bracelets. Have we spent about $3 grand yet? And next we're going to Target. Hell, now while we're at it, we're getting a motel room. I got me some new shirts we got to represent. Some new stickers. That's going to be it for this video. I'm going to produce a bunch of these videos coming up. I might not have time to record everything that I'm doing, but anytime I'm out in the field doing a variety of different repairs, I'm going to start recording what I'm doing by taking pictures and making videos where we talk about what I did, tools I used, some of the events of the day. You'll see tools in action on this channel doing real world repairs, get real world results. Like this sort of content, want to see more content like it, make sure you comment down below, check out all these other social media platforms, and most importantly, pop the clutch on that subscribe button.